Have you ever wondered about the economic powerhouses of medieval Europe? Well, today we're going to explore one of the most fascinating, the Hanseatic League. Let's journey back to the year 1159. The city of Lübeck, nestled on the northern coast of Germany, is being rebuilt after a devastating fire. Little did anyone know that this event would mark the beginning of something exceptional, the formation of the Hanseatic League. The league began as loose associations of German traders and towns, banding together to protect their commercial interests. The word Hansa itself originally referred to bands of merchants traveling between these burgeoning Hanseatic cities. As Lübeck rose from its ashes, it emerged as a central node in the seaborne trade linking the North and Baltic Seas. Its strategic location made it a hub of economic activity, attracting merchants and traders from far and wide. In this bustling marketplace, merchant guilds or Hansas began to form. These guilds weren't just social clubs, they were powerful alliances of traders, cooperating and strategizing together. Their collective strength gave them leverage in negotiations, ensuring their interests were protected and their profits maximized. The dominant language of trade within the League was Middle Low German, a testament to the German roots of this commercial confederation. But the League wasn't just about language and trade, it was about power. Lübeck was granted extensive trade privileges, elevating its status and influence within the League and beyond. As we can see, the foundation of the Hanseatic League was a strategic move, bringing together a network of cities to protect and promote their commercial interests. Once established, the Hanseatic League began to expand rapidly, incorporating nearly 200 settlements across 9 modern-day countries. This was no small feat in an era when travel was arduous and communication slow, but the promise of prosperity and protection proved enticing enough to draw many into the fold. From the 13th to the 15th centuries, the League grew in both size and influence. Towns and cities across Central and Northern Europe saw the benefits of joining this alliance of merchants and market towns. It was a mutual agreement. The League offered its members privileges and protection, and in return, these communities pledged their loyalty to the Hanseatic cause. These privileges were not insignificant. Hanseatic merchants enjoyed toll exemptions, protection from piracy, and the right to trade freely within the League's territories. They were also granted judicial autonomy, allowing them to settle disputes amongst themselves without external interference. This fostered a sense of unity and trust among the members, strengthening the ties that bound the League together. But the benefits were not only economic. Membership in the Hanseatic League also led to deeper political integration. It was a common practice for the League to negotiate on behalf of its members, smoothing over differences and removing trade obstacles. This in turn fostered a sense of shared identity and purpose among the diverse towns and cities of the League. This period of expansion was not without its challenges, of course. The League had to navigate the complexities of local politics, manage conflicts of interest among its members, and contend with external threats. But through it all, the League held firm, its collective strength allowing it to weather the storms of the Middle Ages. The Hanseatic League's influence spread far and wide, establishing it as a significant economic and political power in medieval Europe. Its merchants became ambassadors of sorts, spreading their influence and culture wherever they went. In the process, they helped to shape the world as we know it today, leaving an indelible mark on the history of Europe. With its extensive network of merchant guilds and market towns, the Hanseatic League dominated maritime trade in the North and Baltic Seas. This was not a small feat. The League's influence spanned across nearly 200 settlements, traversing 9 modern-day countries. Imagine a spider's web of commerce and control, its threads reaching out to bind communities together under one commercial banner. The League's control over maritime trade was absolute. They established trading posts in various European towns and cities, creating a vast network of trade routes. They were the gatekeepers of goods, the masters of maritime commerce, and they held the keys to the kingdoms of trade. But the Hanseatic League was more than just a group of merchants. They were a force to be reckoned with. They held the economic power to impose blockades, effectively choking off trade to cities that opposed them. This power extended to the battlefield as well, where they could wage war against those who threatened their interests. They were not just merchants, but warriors of commerce, defending their trade routes and interests with the same vigor as any knight would defend his castle. Yet for all its might, the Hanseatic League was not a traditional power structure. It lacked a permanent administrative body. There was no grand treasury funding their endeavors, no standing military force at their beck and call. Their power lay in their collective economic might, in their shared interests, and in their unwavering dedication to protect their commercial interests. This decentralized nature of the League was both its greatest strength and its greatest weakness. It allowed for flexibility and adaptability, but also made it difficult to enforce centralized decisions. Yet, despite these challenges, the League thrived. Its influence felt across the length and breadth of Northern and Central Europe. Despite its lack of a permanent administrative body, treasury, and standing military force, the Hanseatic League's economic power was undeniable. The League was a testament to the power of collective action, to the strength that can be found in unity, and to the enduring influence of commerce in shaping the course of history. However, all good things must come to an end, and the Hanseatic League was no exception. As the 16th century unfurled, the once mighty League found itself on shaky ground. Its decline was no sudden collapse but a gradual unraveling, a process that spanned decades, and was influenced by a constellation of factors. One of the key factors was the rise of territorial states that began to challenge the League's economic dominance. The Hanseatic League, remember, was a confederation of independent cities, with no central government, no standing army, and no treasury. As more powerful territorial states emerged, they began to control trade routes and impose their own tariffs, undermining the League's control over commerce. At the same time, new trade routes were being discovered and exploited, particularly by the Dutch and the English. The North and Baltic Seas, once the Hanseatic League's exclusive domain, now saw competition from these formidable maritime powers. These new routes offered access to the riches of the East and the New World, making the old Hanseatic routes less lucrative and less significant. Internal divisions also played a role in the League's downfall. The lack of a central authority meant that the member cities were often at odds with each other, pursuing their own interests at the expense of collective action. This lack of unity weakened the League, making it vulnerable to external threats. By the mid-17th century, the Hanseatic League was a shadow of its former self. The last formal meeting of the League took place in 1669, marking its official disbandment. But by then, the League had been in decline for over a century, its power and influence steadily eroding. Though it ultimately disbanded, the Hanseatic League's influence on trade and politics during its existence was profound. Its legacy, as we will see in the next scene, continues to resonate in the modern world. So, what is the legacy of the Hanseatic League? How does it continue to influence us today? The Hanseatic League, a confederation of merchant guilds and market towns, left an indelible mark on Central and Northern Europe. Its echoes can still be heard in modern European trade and politics. The League, which originated from loose associations of German traders and towns, was formed to protect commercial interests. The system they established led to a deeper political integration and the removal of trade obstacles, setting the stage for the free trade we are familiar with today. Moreover, the Hanseatic League's influence can be seen in the maritime trade routes they established, which continue to be vital arteries of European commerce. Dominating maritime trade in the North and Baltic Seas, the League set up trading posts in various European towns and cities. These posts not only facilitated trade, but also fostered cultural exchange and mutual understanding among different regions. Perhaps the most significant legacy of the Hanseatic League is the revival of the Hanse concept in the form of the New Hanse. This voluntary association of cities, which were part of the original Hanseatic League, is a testament to the enduring relevance of the League's principles. The New Hanse, like its medieval predecessor, fosters cooperation and mutual support among its members, promoting economic growth and cultural exchange. The Hanseatic League's innovative approach to commerce, diplomacy, and mutual cooperation laid the groundwork for many modern economic and political structures. Its emphasis on free trade, mutual respect, and international cooperation remains a guiding principle for Europe and the world. The Hanseatic League may be a thing of the past, but its influence and legacy continue to shape the world we live in today. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and share this video to spread the knowledge. Knowledge is power. Stay tuned for more informative and updated videos on more topics and countries.